basins are on the west. The median treatments are expensive. And I feel like if we can be consistent through the median and cheap and make it, it's gonna be beautiful, it's gonna provide shade trees, but with both motions on the table, neither of them will do that. And so for that reason, I'm really voting no.
Okay, so is there anything you want to add? I'm going to call the question. So we're voting first on the amendment.
Well, Madam Chairman, I might suggest that you vote on this amendment. I think trustee Rose's suggestion deserves a little more interaction, but there are some issues with doing that in terms of how you filter the stormwater.
Can we just act on the action?
Yes, we are.
Vote the amendment and then the motion, please.
Yes. So,
And then there's additional action.
Right.
but let's-
Like additional motions.
let's-
so does anyone need to hear the amendments? All in favor of the amended proposed by trustee
Menta.
And second,
Say aye.
aye.
Opposed?
Nay.
Nay. Motion fails, 5-1.
Amendment.
Do I need an amendment now? Is that the right time?
Yeah, you're back on the
Yes.
original.
Is that right? Okay.
That's
I
correct.
would like to make an amendment to either further study, I don't know what's preferable here, so, or.
I'm
just-
sorry, excuse me. What is being, and I should have realized the first time, that is actually not an amendment. That's a different motion. That's
Well,
not.
I don't think she was done.
Well,
It may be.
It may be.
I should have
Yeah.
amended the underlying
Trustee-
motion.
I think
I would
it's
like
very,
the
it's
landscape
just, it's just, yeah, making
Right.
the median treatment consistent by utilizing the formal landscaping rather than the detention basin.
Yeah, that's just,
The bioswale
that's
on
not
the
an amendment,
south
that's an
end.
alternate motion.
Is it? I don't know. I'll do whatever.
What is, what's the original? Who redacted it?
So the original was to approve the median landscape treatment as presented, formal at the north entrance, landscape bioretention at olive and alpine, and native on the west side.
So it would just be amending that middle one.
Or the south one.
That's
to
not
be
amendment.
formal.
I'll leave it. Tell me
Would be the
what.
south median would be formal
So
landscape.
you have to hope that this motion
And the rain
fails.
gardens, the bio basins will be on the west side of the street only. And if you get a second, I have a couple comments and questions.
I'll second that.
Well, is the question, so the north, which, there's the north, the middle, and the south.
Now, there's two medians, and there's some intersection pedestrian safety zones in the center, which are small and not really an issue. There's two medians, and then there's several bio swales or basins on the west side. Now, the question I have, and maybe Leanne can answer it, is a lot of this is done to manage our operating permit for the storm sewer system. When we're rebuilding this roadway, we've got to provide enough capacity for at least most of the stormwater to meet our maximum daily loading permit requirements for aggregates and fines and other particles getting into the river. We have to screen that through some kind of bio basin or some kind of settlement pond. And is this, is this south median required to meet those code requirements, or is it actually optional and could be either a regular landscaping or a bio basin? Do you know, Leanne?
Even if we were to capture all of the flow possible within this corridor, we would not meet what we believe our TMDLs will be in the permit. They have not yet been issued, but based on what the guidance has been, they will exceed even our ability if we utilize every square inch of Wilson Drive corridor.
And that's right, so either way, I mean, one detention pond in the middle, if we got rid of it, there is room on the west side to put more. I mean, we're gonna be going for grants, we have a whole phase 2 to go to, we're supposed to be doing butterfly gardens, I mean, or whatever else, all these things that we're, we've been promising as phase 2, so that would just be added in as an additional stormwater management. I mean, it could
Money.
be, it could be, but again, that's where the grants come in. Here, it's our own operating funds here, our borrowing. And it's, if we're trying to value engineer, that's one of the reasons I made this
We,
suggestion.
we, last time in discussion, we eliminated permeable pavers on the south side, stating that instead of using permeable pavers, we'll go to biotreatment in the median.
I don't
That
know
was the
what
decision
I
that
thought we
we,
just said more bio.
that was the decision we made. The materials presented to the public said, this is what we're going to do. And now for us to come and say, well, I think we should do this instead, that just isn't supported either by our past actions or what we said to the
Well, it's
public.
a funding decision. I mean, it comes down to also, it's not just design, it's about, you know.
Yeah, but,
We made a decision on asphalt when half the residents wanted concrete. I mean, it's in our policy purview when we talk about funding.
Being equal, you're saying let's not do bio in the median because it's cheaper. But then to get the same gains, we're gonna have to do bio somewhere else that's gonna bring the cost right back up. This is what we've been saying as a board in the past, this is what we said to the public. I'm going
Any
on
other,
recommendation.
okay, I'd like to call to question.
Guys, I'm not sure we all, what portion of the original motion is being amended?
It's not being amended. This is what she's proposing, an alternate, and I should have made the same comment earlier. That's actually not an amendment. That's an alternative proposal. What's amended is formal on the north, seeded on the west, and landscape bio on the south. To say, no, I want to do something else, it's not an amendment, it's an alternative motion.
No, because the motion, we're being asked to decide on the design for 3 areas. Your motion, the original motion, set those designs for the 3 areas. I'm amending it to pick the other design.
That's not an amendment. That is an alternative motion,
That's true.
All right, what do I?
procedurally.
I'm not sure.
I don't know that I-
Well, Nathan is our parliamentarian, so let's ask him.
And I should have said the same thing
Look
with
it up
the
in Robert's
original,
rules,
with
'cause
the other amendment. I
I'm
just
not
was asleep at the wheel.
I'm not
I'm sorry.
convinced that it's not an amendment to the motion.
I think the first one is clearly an amendment.
This is the same.
So the west, is it the west or the south? Those are on track, I've got a little chart here.
There's three areas we're
What
being
is,
asked.
what is different between the proposed amended motion versus the original? What are the 2 areas?
There's just
No, it's one area.
There's one area. So there's 3 areas. There's the west side, it'll stay the same. So Diane, if you remember what the west side was. It was native landscape, native landscape, right? It was the gateway, formal landscaping at the north. So the only piece we're talking about is what type of landscaping in the middle, alpine to olive.
No, the south.
Nope.
The south.
The south. And right now in the motion it is,
It's formal at the north, landscape bio, olive to alpine, and
Landscape
native
bio.
on the west side.
so instead of saying landscape bio, it would say natural landscaping, or whatever the right term is.
Formal.
Formal
If
landscaping.
you want trees and regular shrubbery,
Without the-
again, you have to have a convex shaped median to keep the salt
Of
and
course,
water
they're
off.
all legitimate.
Can I just ask, I mean, why are we being asked to decide this if we can't actually have input in it? Every time we say, well, we'd like to, oh, we can't because that changes the contour of the road. Well, then why are we being asked in the first place if we can't say, no, this is what we'd like? I mean, don't ask me a question if you're not expecting me to give you an
We
answer.
certainly can, and we discussed it in committee and reported to the board on that discussion at the last meeting, and I think that might have been when you weren't here, and about the cross-sections, and we talked about it in committee, and said, this is what the committee is saying. And all of those several changes that were made to the original design at that committee meeting were reflected in what was presented to the public. Those included elongating the bump outs for the parking to include, bump outs for the buses to include additional parking. That included removing the permeable pavers in the parking and putting bio in the center. We talked about it at that committee. We were told with hand movements and explained to by our consultant the difference in the road grading. We reported on that to the board. That was reflected in the materials presented to the public. Okay,
I mean,
that's why we're voting right, that's why,
what I'm
we're
saying,
indeed,
so-
that's why we're voting.
And that's why
right-
we have the numbers now.
Indeed,
It's
that's
about-
why we're voting right now. My point is, what you are proposing is not an amendment, it's an alternative motion.
All right, I'd like clarification from our village attorney then, is that?
Yeah, consulting. Well, here's the issue. The motion itself has multiple subparts. I mean, for all intents and purposes, what you're really deciding, as opposed to accepting the recommendation from staff, is to accept the alternative between two design options on the north, the south, and the west, in the west end. Well, not the end, but the west side, I should say, is first the north and the south. Clearly, if there was a motion that said, you know, change not to yes or no to yes, or to basically effect a change that is the opposite intent of the underlying motion, that would without a doubt, would be an alternative motion. My understanding here is that the proposal is just with one particular subpart of those three things, the north, the west, and the south, that the alternative landscaping that's being offered by staff is being proposed.
I don't think they didn't recommend it.
Well, it's an alternative to the landscaping that was proposed, is a better way to say it.
There wasn't a firm staff recommendation.
Yeah,
It
it's
was
just
in the
decide.
consultant's plan, it's been in their plan since the PIM at least, and what they were asking, they wanted you to confirm that you were okay with those landscape options, so they could get started on actually designing it.
It's the landscape area, not the,
And that's exactly
not
what I'm saying.
regrading, redesigning,
Well,
changing.
That's
Well,
what-
that may
that comes with
be
the
required.
Yeah, but it's a little different.
Yes.
They asked us a meeting ago, where do you want the curbs? How do you want this thing to slope? We gotta go away and start working engineering, and we'll come back to you, and they're coming back, what do you want? And we-
Leanne said in committee, just for those who weren't here, that it's not that, I mean, we're not past that date of full engineering and grading. I mean, that's why it hasn't come to the board yet. I would hate that our
It's here
staff.
now, though.
Well, let me.
Madam
I
Chair,
understand, that's why I was just
Hang on,
motion,
from a
the amendment.
procedural
Okay, this
standpoint,
is getting a little, yes.
I'll withdraw my motion, and I'll make 3 separate motions.
That works.
Procedurally, that was gonna be my.
Okay. I would like to make a motion to approve to approve the gateway design for the north entry median.
Second.
Does that,
Wait,
Formalize
this is, so we're
landscape
piecemealing this now?
design.
Yeah.
So take
We're gonna do
that.
3 separate motions.
It's properly noticed that way. The indication in the minutes says that it's to consider all these items.
Yes.
We can absolutely take the motion separately in that way. You can have debate. You don't have to accept them all.
and when you say the gateway design, are you talking about the landscaping, or are you talking about monuments, the whole thing?
We're talking about the median. There are no monuments in the median. We're talking about median design, the gateway.
You
That's,
said gateway design, which
that's-
is broader than just.
no, that's, in the memo, it says this is the north area median, calling it a gateway design.
They're gonna come back to the board on
Do
monuments.
we have a second?
Is there a second? Trustee McKay? All right, discussion?
When will we adopt the north gate? I like the north gate minus the monuments. So when does that come to the board to talk about, I mean, it's in front of us, the costs are in front of us. When do we talk about the north gate entrance as adopting it or not? Is it tonight? Okay, it'll come back? Okay.
Okay. So there's a motion and a second. All those in favor of the motion as stated, say aye.
Aye.
And it's just the landscaping out.
Opposed?
Nay.
Okay, passes.
I would move to approve the native seed bioretention aesthetic for the west side planting areas.
Second.
Do I make an amendment now?
This is the west side.
Oh, okay.
All right, discussion? Vote closed. All those in favor? say
Aye.
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 I move for the olive.
Opposed?
Oh, sorry.
Okay, motion passes passes. Go ahead, trustee Zibek.
Thank you. I move for the Olive to Alpine median area to authorize the landscape bioretention aesthetic option.
Second.
I'd like to amend that.
No,
No, you don't? Okay,
no,
so I
you
just say
just
no.
have to, you have to
But
vote.
what if I, okay,
You have to hope it fails.
but, and if it fails, then you can make an motion?
Then make a different motion.
Really? I've never heard that, okay.
What's,
What would you, I mean, you can amend it, you have the right. to amend it.
Say, what was the motion? that we-
If if the amendment is merely the opposite.
It's not the opposite.
That's not- Well, I'm hoping that this is respected amendment.
Yeah, I just, how do I get on the table?
What do you,
I-
what would you like to
I'd
see?
like to propose that the Alpine to Olive median treatment be consistent with what we're doing on the north gate. So the formal landscaping, whatever this term. We're being asked to make that decision tonight, so I don't know how that got taken from the table.
it didn't, but that's not an amendment, that's an alternate motion.
Yes.
That's,